They continue a quest to perform 1 million acts of kindness.
Whether it's volunteering or caregiving, studies have come out showing a connection between lending a hand and longevity.
It shouldn't come as a surprise to us as scientists that altruistic behavior may pay health dividends.
Dr. Gregory Frachon, who has studied altruism at Mass General Hospital, points to a study that followed 2,000 seniors during a 5-year period.
If the senior had volunteered in 2 or more volunteer organizations, they were able to find a correlation with a reduced mortality, like 44%.
Another study looked at elderly couples who gave care to family members or friends.
They too found a reduction in mortality risk of close to half. That's as good as exercise. It's almost as good as not smoking.
If volunteering and caregiving pay health dividends, can simply being kind do the same?
That's correct. Treating others the way we like to be treated.
Kicking and punching is what you might expect to see at a martial arts studio.
I can't hear you! Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir!
So what's all the talk about kindness?
Let me see those hands up if you know. Why is it so important to be kind to others? When I first got into it, the craze was the Karate Kid. That era was about, being able to protect yourself. Now it's about teaching leadership skills. Ready to be one of my leaders?
Yes, sir.
And to really have an effect on their community.
Anthony Pasquale, a 5th-degree black belt, and his wife Rita, a 3rd-degree black belt, own the United Martial Arts Center for Health and Well-Being in Danvers. Anthony was one of 31 career martial artists selected worldwide to participate in the first ever Ultimate Black Belt Test, a year-long series of challenges designed by martial arts visionary Tom Kalos. In addition to the challenging physical requirements, participants must also undergo empathy training.
A day blind, a day in a wheelchair, and a day mute.
Right 3 wrongs.
Go ahead, try to fix 3 wrongs in your life and see the effect it'll have on you.
Perform 1,000 acts of kindness and be the catalyst for 50,000 more from their students and the community. Anthony almost missed the cut.
We came up with the premise that the only way he would accept me is if I could think big. So I said, well, what if I try to do 1 million acts of kindness? And he went, now you're thinking about being a martial artist.
Inspired by her husband, Rita also completed the Ultimate Black Belt Test, and together they started Project Kindness in hopes that the community would help them reach their goal.
Thanks for helping me in my acts of kindness. Let's give them a good job. Hurrah! I've got kids doing lemonade stands, book drives, selling Girl Scout cookies to send them overseas, for famine relief and all kinds of different things. The Breaking Bread Soup Kitchen, very good.
Project Kindness seems to be taking on a life of its own.
You got a letter from the White House?
It's all I can do to not cry. That's why I'm like, I get really emotional.
Project Kindness is not only inspiring the students, it also seems to be having a physical and emotional effect on its founders.
I've noticed for the last 2 years on this endeavor, I haven't been sick. Now, normally, when I first started martial arts, from November to March, I was sick all the time. Helping others, I think, really has that personal effect of building the immune system, really working emotionally on who you are.
I actually was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress syndrome.
She was actually agoraphobic, would not go on the highway, had to stay in, couldn't deal with crowds. Being able to have the perspective to helping others, she gets to really see how genuine she is, and now her confidence goes to a different level, and even her emotional stability.
Things still happen, and occasionally I feel a little blue, but the difference is I can snap out of it, and I can bounce back like in a day, whereas before it would knock me down and it would take me months to get up from it. So I think it benefits the person that's receiving the act of kindness, but I think it benefits the person doing it more.
While their compassionate acts could be the catalyst, researchers suggest that even watching an act of altruism could be good for you. In 1988, Harvard researchers coined the term Mother Teresa effect after testing the saliva of students watching the legendary nun care for orphans in Calcutta. While the footage rolled, the students' saliva showed spikes in an immunity-boosting antibody. And paying it forward,
That's 3 people, and I'm going to help them.
Could pay health dividends for others.
It's possible.
As your acts of altruism inspire theirs.
We've been equipped with certain sort of magical neurons. They're called mirror neurons. And these mirror neurons equip us with the capacity to empathize with people who are suffering. So if you're watching a movie about Mother Teresa, those images will flood your brain, and that becomes the engine that sort of propels us into action to be compassionate.
So while an apple a day keeps the doctor away, perhaps raising standards for kindness could be a more fruitful prescription.
We're mammals, and we thrive when we're socially connected. That gives us survival advantage.
It could also give this Danvers couple ample opportunity to reach their ultimate goal.
I think I'll do this for the rest of my life and see if I can be the person who decided to do acts of kindness for the rest of his life. Maybe 10 million, maybe 100 million, but I certainly know I can't do it alone.
I have a hope for you.
Project Kindness has currently logged more than 100,000 acts of kindness. If you'd like to get involved, maybe get your kids involved, you can go to our website, it's fox25.com, and click on more information. You'll also find a link for martial arts visionary Tom Kalos, who is currently accepting candidates for the next Ultimate Black Belt test. Got to take a break, everybody. We'll be right back. Stay with us.